Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Lsxcellence YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going an overview of the C6 Corvette that I have, the one that basically inspired this YouTube channel. Now, we're in a little bit of an interesting position with this one because a lot of the cool things that I've wanted to do to this car I already have done. Unfortunately, I was very far along in this project when I decided to make a YouTube channel, which means that there won't be a whole lot of videos of me doing huge modifications to it, but there's still a lot planned in the future, so it doesn't mean that there won't be some fun things to come. We're going to do a quick overview of the vehicle. It's a 2005 C6 Chevrolet Corvette. It's got a front-end conversion from a 2013 Grand Sport. It's got custom carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber front splitter, C7 Z06 replica wheels, C6 Z06 genuine OEM brake calipers and rotors, and an APR racing wing with Singular Motorsports end plates, and some carbon fiber rear fenders that are in need of serious TLC. Now you'll notice this thing looks a little beat up. This is actually the car that I use for most of my track outings, well, as of now all of my track outings. So it does see quite a bit of action, meaning that it's a little rough for wear. And as we currently stand, I brought this vehicle to Toge Fest at Tail of the Dragon, and on the way back home the scavenge pump, which returns oil from the turbos to the heads, went out. So the car actually is not running right now. So as part of the first video going over this vehicle, we're actually going to look into that and see if we can get it back on the road. Alright, we're going to start here by taking a look under the hood. Getting this thing open is a little tricky sometimes. Ooh. As you can see, she's been sitting for a while. The scavenge pump actually failed while I was in Robbinsville, and thankfully it was under warranty. It just took them about 3 weeks to ship me out another one. So this thing's been sitting during that time, and got quite a bit of few dry leaves building up. It's actually a major fire hazard, so we're going to have to clean that out before we even try to take this thing anywhere. Just going to go over the basics of the engine. LS2 heads cam package. It's got a fast LSXR intake manifold, custom fuel system. Over here we see our DSX tuning E85 conversion kit. It's got a UPP under pressure performance twin turbo kit running two 6182R turbos. You can see one of them kind of peeking down in there. Let's see if we can get a better look at that. Yeah, there they are. Interesting thing about this kit, it actually places the turbos in the fenders of the car, so they're kept away from the engine bay and away from the majority of the heat. Take a little peek down here. 2 in, 1 out intercooler. Give you kind of a general idea. So as you can see, there is a fitting tapped into my oil cap. The way the kit is designed, the oil from the turbos actually drains to a scavenge pump, which then returns it to the head via this fitting on the oil cap here. And that pump is what failed, which means that the oil has nowhere to go, and it basically backs up into the downpipes and creates a whole lot of smoke. So that is why the car is currently undrivable. 1, because it pretty much smokes out the whole neighborhood, and 2, because it creates quite a bit of mess for everyone. Alright, so got the oil pump on there. It is mounted to the subframe down here. Got the line coming in from the turbos there. They feed out to a Y, one on each side. And then if we can look up here, not quite. Going up top, that's the return line running back to the oil cap. And for some of the Z51 options, there's actually a power steering cooler that goes right here. As you can see, I've relocated mine a little further back. But there's really no good angle down here to show the installation of the actual oil pump itself, just because of how tight of a space it is and kind of how close-knit you got to be to get to it. So I went ahead and just did that off camera. But we got everything mounted back up. Got a pretty good view of the underside here. It's the bottom side of my APR Performance front splitter. It's actually pretty solid material on the underside. This lip has lasted me longer than any of the other ones I've ever purchased, and it's fully functional, mounts to the stock lip that I have on it. So got that on, got the oil lines hooked up, Got the power line hooked up, runs to the relay up top, so now all that's left is to clean all the leaves out of here and get power back to the car. Alright, so I've managed to excavate most of the rat's nest we had out here, all the leaves and junk, and this thing's had probably about 5-10 minutes of charging time, so all that's left is to fire it up. So we're going to uncover the fuse holder here, see that it's intact. I'm going to crank this thing up and see if it holds. Alrighty. Struggled there for a minute, but then again, this thing also hasn't run in almost a month now. Alright, so as you undoubtedly saw, that did not at all go as planned. The fuses are still blowing. See if we can get to focus in on that. Probably not. But yeah, that's no good. And I tried going with a larger fuse and that didn't work well either. So there still is some underlying electrical issue here, or I received another defective pump. So we're going to have to run some more tests and kind of go back to the drawing board and figure out what we got here. So while I'm working on that, what I'm going to do, I've got plenty of videos of this thing running, you know, prior to the failure. So we're just going to kind of throw that a little bit into the mix so we can get some driving videos in here and kind of see where we have to go next.